So in this video, I'm going to be telling you why I think the Insta360 One R is the best camera you can get if you produce any kind of action sports content. The camera itself is sold as a twin pack with both a 360 lens and a 4K wide angle lens. So it gives you the best of both worlds. You get a GoPro-like camera and you also get the new technology that is the 360 camera. What I'm actually filming on now is the 4K wide angle lens, and this is the indoor lighting and also the audio that's straight out of the camera. And here she is, the Insta360 One R. So the main reason I'm doing this video today is because I posted a few clips recently on Instagram and on my stories that show this camera working without anyone else operating it other than me hitting record. And that's mainly to do with the 360 mod that comes with this pack. And that is this dual lens system. So as you can see, there's a lens on both sides, two 180 degree wide angle lenses that combined together give you a 360 image of the world around you. What's really cool about this camera is that it's of a modular design. So basically what that means is you can take this apart. So we've got the battery, you have the lens, you can be the 4K wide angle, it can be the 360 mod, and then you've got the brains of the camera. So it's got the little touch screen on one side, and then just a nice grippy design on the other, record button, etc, etc. And what this allows you to do, you can now change the screen to whichever direction you want it. If you want it how it is on a traditional action camera, you can have the screen this side with the lens on the other. If you need to do some vlogging, you could just switch that screen around and use it how I was just using it a minute ago. And then obviously you just connect the battery to it and you're all set. So yeah, it's a pretty cool piece of kit. What I'm going to show you next is some of the things you can do with the camera. What I've been doing recently is taking this to the skate park and basically using it as my personal filmer. The 360 footage is pretty cool. I will admit it's a little bit gimmicky. I probably wouldn't use it too often. It's a bit like, what is it? The GoPro head mount shots or the chesty mounts. They're cool for a few little scenes, but after a while, you know, they get pretty tired and you get pretty nauseating if you're watching a lot of them. But what's really cool about the 360 camera is not really the camera itself, it's actually the software that you can get for either iOS or Android. And this software has some very powerful AI built into it. You can essentially track yourself, and you can do that one of two ways. You can do the standard keyframe route, where you just do little keyframes of where you want the camera to turn, or you can just hold on to the subject with your finger and the AI in the app will just track you. And I would say around 7 out of 10 times it's pretty good at doing it. Occasionally what will happen is you will start tracking the subject and then it'll get caught on something else of a similar size. Like for example, the other day I was trying to track myself coming towards the rail at the skate park, and it just decided to focus on the tree that was behind me because to the camera we looked around the same size. Even though the tree was huge, it was just where it was in the distance. The touted resolution of this camera is 5.3K, which sounds like a lot, but that's actually just for the 360 degree video. So usually when you're doing it in a 16:9 standard, you know, YouTube or even a 1:1 ratio that you'd have on Instagram, you're usually getting around 1080p. Great for like social media posts, or you know, honestly even YouTube really, because let's face it, YouTube compresses the video a lot anyway. So everything I've done in these clips has been done using the AI on the phone. If I didn't use the AI, I'd choose keyframes using the Insta360 One R app, which is pretty easy to use, very straightforward, nothing that's not really very user-friendly. See for yourself what you think the footage looks like. I think it looks great. Definitely reliant on nice bright settings. It is an action camera at the end of the day. It's going to have a very small sensor. I promised I wasn't going to ramble, and I'm rambling right now. So let's just go over to the footage. So that is the footage of the Insta360 One R. I think it looks great. You will notice in some of the clips that there was a blurry spot in the middle, and that was actually due to the sudden change in temperature in the morning. So that's one thing to remember with these cameras, is that the lenses can fog if there's a sudden change from cold to hot. It was about low 40s when I arrived at the skate park, and by the time I left it was about 60 degrees. So it was a big jump in temperature, and also the camera itself generates some heat. So yeah, it was a drastic change, and there's a bunch of YouTube videos of how to fix that issue. Other than that, I thought everything looked pretty crystal clear. It was all filmed at 30 frames a second. You do have the option of filming at 4K 50 frames, however, that's 4K 360, so it's going to be even less when you output it to the 16:9 ratio. So I think it's cool to just mix it in with other footage. Maybe just think about your shots more carefully. It's probably best if you don't plan on doing slow motion if you want something that is higher resolution. I'm already missing holding this camera up vlog cell because using a regular camera is very heavy. So let me know down in the comments below what you think of the Insta360 One R, and if you would use it yourself to make your own action sports content. Thank you guys so much for watching, really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace out.